And then just wait for the magic to happen, because it truly is magical. This tool is incredible, and it doesn't just harmonize colors. Notice when I removed the background, a bit of white remained on the edges. And look what it did. Check this out. No, it's amazing. It really is incredible. Hey everyone. In today's video, I'll teach you the two best techniques I use for applying backdrops to my photos. I'll show you step by step how to go from this result to that, keeping color, harmony, and shadows. So go ahead and like this video because I'm sure these two techniques will greatly help your edits. Let's start this edit now. We'll be using this exact scenario. I'll erase all this process I did because I want to show you the steps from scratch. The first step is adding the person, the model, or the child to the scene. So I added it and lowered the opacity to see the size in relation. Got it? Look here. This size is about right. A crucial thing to note is the direction of light. It's up. The girl's light comes from here, the scene's from there. So what will I do now? I'll duplicate the scene. Duplicate it with Ctrl J. Now I'll flip it. Right click to flip, or just use this bar here. See that? Right click, flip, horizontal, or use this bar. Flipping the scene's better than flipping the person, right? Next step is to increase the image size. Notice the girl's image is smaller than the scene. I'll select flip and have Photoshop fill this part. I'll use Shift Backspace here. See. I'll ask Photoshop to fill instead of using its AI. So it filled in here. See that stain there? You can remove it or not. I'll remove it, but it's not necessary. Now let's move to the main parts. It'll be right here. I'll duplicate the girl's photo again. This lower layer I'll make black and white. Control Shift. U turns it black and white. You can rename layers to organize better. That's up to personal preference. This layer is the most important. It keeps shadows where most struggle. Now I'll activate the second layer and remove the background. You can remove it in this bar. If you don't see it, enable it in the window menu. Activate it here, see? If it doesn't appear in the window, your Photoshop is likely outdated. I recommend updating Photoshop, especially for the second technique. Now, let's continue by removing the background. There are several ways to do this. Use the Select Subject tool, then remove the background with a mask. I'll select it and create a mask. The mask is created, background removed. Back to the black and white layer, I'll change its blend mode to overlay. Watch the magic happen after switching to overlay. See how it kept the shadow. This technique also reduces some highlights in the scene. Pay attention. It could work as is, but we'll make some adjustments. First, I suggest applying a blur to the background. So I'll transform this layer I duplicated and flipped. Remember from earlier? I'll make it a smart object because with a smart object I can easily remove filters I apply. Now, to apply the blur, you can do it in two ways. The first is here in blur, Gaussian blur, which is the simplest. I recommend between 2 and 5, okay? I'll set it to 5 here, see? Look at the difference this blur makes. On the blur mask, I'll brush this area where I don't want the blur, got it? Since she's in this field, this area, I want things close to her to stay in focus. The background's already blurred. So here, see, it looks good. Check it out. The second way to apply blur is through Camera Raw. I'll delete this filter and take the photo into Camera Raw. Using Ctrl+Shift+A, I'll bring the scene from Camera Roll and apply Lens Blur. The Camera Roll blur is more realistic. It simulates a lens very well. Here you can adjust it. This determines where the blur will be. If I move it to the start, the blur goes to the back. If I move it to the end, the blur comes to the front. You can adjust it here and use brushes too. I usually set intensity between 10 and 20. I'll set it to 15 here. That's exactly the amount of blur I want. I'll use the brush to enhance it more here. Exactly where I want the blur to be. See, it's right here. The blur is here, but not there. If needed, I could use a focus brush to undo blur. I'll apply it and we'll return to the glow part. Remember the scene's brightness it lost? Use a black brush on the mask, keep opacity low and work here just like this. Apply it to the background, the scenery, but avoid the shadows, see? If I touch the shadow, it'll disappear. So apply it here like this, see? Exactly, the light hit here, illuminated this part, and cast a shadow here. You can leave that part as is. Got it? Why? Because it naturally gets darker. Look how cool this is. See the difference it makes? Just a bit here as I'm removing the line here, see? The line from the original scene. There, I removed it. Check out this cool technique. To finish, do this. Ctrl+Shift+Alt+R. New layer with adjustments, then blur it. Maximum Gaussian blur possible. Completely blurred. See? Change blend mode to soft light. Here you create a clip mask, so this adjustment only affects the girl. I don't want it to touch the background, you see? I want to take the scenery colors and apply them to the girl. Then you work with the opacity like this. You adjust it to your liking and what suits your image. I'll set it to 23 here. It's already made a difference. To finish up, we'll take it to Camera Roll and apply one of my edits. This basic preset I've made works really well. I know exactly where it needs adjusting, see? This point was too high, the black becomes very matte. So I lowered it here, look. I also added more contrast. Give it a bit more brightness, and it's done. Check out the before and after. See? Look at the difference it makes. I'll hit OK. My edit is complete. This whole process is in this action, Fusion Pro. With one click, we get the same result. I'll show you this action in practice now. I'll use this baby's photo. All I need to do here is position it, right? Decrease or increase the size. I'll leave it about here. See, I'm going back to opacity. I'll hit enter. Now watch the magic happen. With one click, it'll do everything I showed in the other photo. So all those steps I did are here. Look, everything's here, see? For this photo, I'll disable and remove the color ambience layer. I don't want it. Now I'll come here. Remember the scenery's brightness? I'll bring back the shine to the scenery. Just don't touch the shadows, right? We want to keep those. See the shadows here? So for me, it's good now. It's also blurred the background, see? Now I can continue editing, adjusting in camera roll, applying the preset. The same preset as the other photo actually. Look, apply the edits I used before. See that? Look, it applied the same edit. I'll click OK. See how much time I saved with this action? I'll include it with the backdrops in the video description. If you're interested, you can check it out there. Now for the second technique, I'll use this photo we have here and deactivate it. I'll duplicate the baby image and put it below. Now I'll disable the edit I made. Done. The second technique uses Photoshop's new AI color harmonization. This tool is fantastic and simple to use. Remember, you need the updated Photoshop beta. First, I added the image to the scene and I'll remove the background. I can do it as shown before or just click to remove it. Photoshop's newer versions are smarter, so this is easy for it. Now here comes the magic. Select the baby's image, not the mask. Choose the image and click Harmonize. Now just wait for the magic to happen. It really is magical. At the end, it gives you 3 options to choose from. It might work, it might not, but usually it works very well. Even with this tech, I suggest thinking about the image before applying. Got it? Don't just assume Photoshop will fix it. Don't do that. Consider the image and setting. Check if colors match to ease processing. Look at what it did. It creates 3 options here. Let's see. 2, 3. This was my favorite. Here it pushed too hard. I think it overdid it. But look, it's incredible. This tool is amazing. It doesn't just harmonize colors. Notice the white edges left after removing the background. And look what it did. Look at that. No, it's truly incredible. It's truly incredible. If you think I don't like the coloring or shadows but want to keep the main part below, you can erase the rest. Go to the mask and erase the baby part. See, I've erased it here. I don't want this part he did. Alright, but I kept the main part below. Look at the difference it makes. This is really amazing. This tool is incredible and works on virtually all photos. The key is to blur the background. I forgot, but it's crucial to do this. Do it before color harmonization. I forgot, but do it before color harmonizing, okay? So that's it, folks. Hope you enjoyed these tips. These are the only two techniques I use. They work for almost any image. If you want this action, it's in the description. I'll also link my scenery package. It has hundreds of themed files. Use them digitally or print them. Many people print the backgrounds. That's all for now, everyone. Until next time, thanks.